I am very proud of that film and it is one of my best performances ever.
ख्याल है अपने आप से नहीं आया था, संदीप सिंह ले आया था ये स्क्रिप्ट मेरे पास और एकदम एग्जैक्टली 1 year बिफोर दिस टॉपिक हैपेंड दैट ही गॉट द स्क्रिप्ट, ये बना नेक्स्ट तेरे लिए। तो आई सेड नो, मुझे ये बनानी नहीं है, मुझे बायोपिक चाहिए ही नहीं। एंड लेकिन जब मैंने दलबीर कौर के वीडियोस देखे तो दैट शुक मी अ लॉट। एंड दिस लेडी, माय गॉड, कैसी है, जिस तरह बात करती है, यू कांट लुक एनीवेयर एल्स, यू नो, इट्स लाइक और क्या और क्या और क्या बोलने वाली है। So that hit me a lot, and then once I started reading more into it, that's when I came to know this story has to be told. And you know, whatever people say that I'm a biopic maker, ये वो सब चलता है, but I wanted to say the story, and that's why SARABJIT happened.
Miss World.
Miss World, nahi, strong actresses is what I look for. You know, I want some actor or actress who can change their look, change their appearance to, like, you know, not be themselves. And here I wanted a mature actress, okay, who would play both sides, 22 and 60 and 60 years. So somebody who would demand, you know, or command, you know, मेरी तरफ देखो और कहीं नहीं। तो nothing like, you know, having Aishwarya Rai Bachchan as the main focal point for me to tell the story. हाँ, सब लोग सोचते हैं beautiful है कि now what, but that challenges me even more, you know, कि transform करो, अब तुम देखो, डिफाई करते मुझे। मैरी कॉम में भी सेम हुआ था, कहाँ से दिखती है प्रियंका चोपड़ा, मैरी कॉम, दिस दैट, lots of people told those things, but after seeing the movie, that was Mary Kom, Priyanka. And same over here, like Dalbir Kaur, Aishwarya will become Dalbir Kaur for the world. बात आई रणदीप हुडा की, 100% I wanted him as the first, you know, मैंने लिख दिया था, एंड सामने पूरी फैमिली बैठी थी, दलबीर कौर और उनकी फैमिली बैठी थी, और मैंने उनको पूछा था कि what do you think, who do you want as your brother, you know, कौन सा एक्टर, 1 or 2 पंजाबी you know actors they mentioned, and they mentioned Randeep Hooda. Surprisingly, you know, like I said, सामने आमने सामने ये, I said I should, मैंने भी वही नाम लिखा है, and it so happened that the rumors went out and, you know, in papers and all, and he got to know.
As Omung mentioned, I read somebody sent me an article that the family wants me to play SARABJIT, and I was not sure whether the movie was being made or not. And then he called me, and when he called me, I said, is this some kind of providence? I read through his whole life and got whatever information I could before I went to see him, so that, you know, there can be an exchange of rather than a briefing. So with that exchange, I liked it, and the script is a story of a family which was wronged. It was like कि दो हाथी लड़ रहे हैं, उनके नीचे रेत पिस रही है, innocent families which are being affected, and I thought that this is a story worth telling, so that the public opinion as well as the government of the two nations can see the futileness of the whole conflict and bringing it to fore. So I thought it was a great story to tell. No, I don't get nervous. In fact, I don't pay much attention to my co-stars at all. It could have been anybody else, I would have done the same role. My communication with the script, with the director, with myself and the character, and this had too much on its plate anyway to be concerned about anything else. So yeah, so I just jumped into it. In fact, somebody asked me, did you do it for this transformation? I said no, I was dreading it. यार ये करना पड़ेगा. It was something which we took upon, we decided, and then had to be done. I mean, I don't think there is worth doing any. I don't think I've ever attempted any role half-heartedly. सब कुछ छोड़ दिया. It's simply, यार, you've got to remove yourself from temptation. And my sister, my real sister, she's a doctor of internal medicine and metabolic diseases. So she monitored my whole weight loss. So one sister was trying to get me out of jail, the other sister was trying to make me look like I was in jail. It's all about the sister in this film. Actually, I had earlier decided to shoot the village portions first, so I started piling on weight. Like, I wanted to pile on fat so that, you know, I could get rid of it. And but then all of a sudden this came on thing that we're going to shoot the jail portions first. Then it was like a race to the thing, and had I had more time, I could have lost it more healthily, more graciously, and more, you know, without losing my mind over it. But since it was lesser time, and I think that helped me a lot to be experiencing what somebody has experienced for 23 years of their lives, man, and to be in a Karl coterie for 18 years in shackles in their legs and arms, you know. That kind of a thing, what all would go through one's mind. I don't think the weight loss is the achievement here for me or whatever. It's the mindset that I was able to touch upon, you know, which really helped the emotional content of the film, and which is what the film is about. I mean, even if I had not lost so much weight but the emotional content was right, the film would have still been what it is. But I think that whole transformation and that whole thing, it gave the film a bit more impetus, a bit more realism, which I'm glad to contribute to. I did not do it for anybody else's thing. I mean, the process is mostly nobody is interested in it. Even the directors are interested. They want the result. So that was something which I did. I mean, if somebody had gone through something for 23 years, if I'm going through that for some time just to touch upon it so that I can, you know, fathom what somebody would feel, it's the least I can do. Because if you're an artist, like I've had incidents when I've gone to a makeup van and it's written artist on the door, I have stopped outside, had a cigarette and thinking, am I an artist? If a dancer is an artist, if a painter is an artist, if a singer is an artist, how much riyaz do they put in? Am I putting in so much? But slowly over a period of time, I have developed the thrill of it, the thing of it. So this was the least that I could do. Lal Rang will find its audience. I am very proud of that film and it is one of my best performances ever. Now what happens is that most actors choose the production house, then the co-stars, then the role, then the director, then the script. I have never worked like that. I always see the script first, the director, then the role, and for me production house is less. So what has happened is most of my movies, somebody pointed out, I got 7+ ratings on IMDb. They are not bad films. But I have done it with production houses, which not for the lack of trying, but the lack of experience in how to mount a film, because they are not the run-of-the-mill films. So if you do release a trailer, release one song, 1 week, one song, it doesn't work like that. You have to create that market, which probably TV18 or SpotboyE had done. But those people that I worked with, they did not have that experience and the know-how. They did not hire anybody for that expertise. So those movies have not gotten eyeballs as much as they have. But they are forever to stay. 100 years from now, you can pull out those movies and people will appreciate them. I am sure of it. I've never gone for a short journey. It's not a flash in the pan. I have gone about my career with what I have desired really to do and mixing it with the opportunity that I get. I don't get so many opportunities, or now I get, but I didn't get so many opportunities. But within those opportunities, putting my peace of mind at stake when an actor does not have work and sitting at home is a terrible time. Putting my peace of mind at stake, to put my economic situation at stake, I have diligently gone about it. And then it is an accumulated effect that is happening now. It's not just one movie. I mean, I've been lucky, like Highway was produced by SARBJIT Dadewala, so it saw a lot of eyeballs. If it was not produced by SARBJIT Dadewala, it would have the same fate as Lal Rang, you know, because it's a different movie. You know how to promote it. You need muscle behind it, right? Then I did a Kick also. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's a total genre shift for me, but I loved it. And then Mayor Charles was another fantastic, stylish, beautiful film. I think people wanted to go see Charles Sobraj, but what we had, it was a miscommunication. What we had made was a film about the jailbreak. People thought it was a biopic on Charles Sobraj. It wasn't. So how you market a film, how you pitch it, and the people you pitch it to is what has been missing from most of my films, which you are saying have not seen as many eyeballs. And it will get corrected, but that doesn't mean that I deviate from my path or what I believe and start doing films just because it's a big production house. I worked with a Dharma, I worked with a Yash Raj, I worked with all these people. It's not a problem. It's not that I don't get work over there, I do. But this is what I want to do, man. So I'm trying. Oh yeah, it breaks your heart only because it didn't reach out to those people. My thing is, the rehearsals are more important than the performance, and the process of filmmaking is more important than the result, because you have to enjoy that. Imagine turning up to work not wanting to do a shot, or if you instill grudge in the crushing of the grapes, it instills a poison in the wine. So that I have never done. So since I have never done, I've always held myself in good stead. I believe, as Warren Beatty said, a successful actor or an artist is the one who loves his work and is looking forward to turning up for it. And I have been that throughout. I try, I feel what is the best thing to do or what is not the best thing to do. But hey, I am not an expert in that either. So how can I influence them? I put forth my suggestions, and if they are not accepted, ultimately it's their money and it's my film. But you know, I have never been the actor who's meddled with the product after I am finished with it. There is no point. It is खून जलाने वाली बात है. Yeah, jalta hai, खून jalta hai. I feel very disappointed, worked so hard, but I feel more disappointed for the director, more disappointed for the crew who have done a fantastic job. I will keep getting work, but that doesn't faze me beyond a few days. कुछ दिन लगता है यार, shit. It's more of a missed opportunity rather than a wrongdoing. Well, that is for your opinion or somebody else's opinion. I did my work. I thought nobody could have done that role. Yes, it doesn't affect me in terms of my working. It affects me in terms of the positioning that the political structure of the filmmaking world takes. There you are either the this or either that, but no film is complete without anybody else. Everybody is contributing to it. And the kind of adulation I have got from Highway Boss, it is unparalleled. I'm hoping that happens with SARABJIT as well, but that's just a hope.
Vashu came first and then T-Series came. Vashu was the first producer to produce this film. They came forward because somewhere trusted me as a director, and Jackie and Honey and all saw a new light in this thing. Yes, people were skeptical before, like, you know, is it a documentary film? Is it a serious film? Will people like it? You know, they didn't know the vision of what we're gonna do to it. You know, it's not a small film. Even my cameraman tells me, Kiran Devan says, "Arey, ye to bahut badi picture hai." I said, I never said that it's gonna be a small film. It was always to be mounted that way. And yes, there are so many, you know, incidents in this film that is gonna shock people. And we always knew it. Yes, we wanted a right backup. And Vashuji rightfully, you know, said yes. And then T-Series joined hands and made this thing happen. Not at all. I mean, not at all. I mean, that was like, ye nahi to koi aur aane wala hai. It was not like, oh God, nobody is, you know, backing me up and I've given this merry-go-round. Nothing like that. I knew this is a process. Ek mahine mein hone wala hai something. From last year after National Award, I said yes to this film. It's 1 year. A film to happen in 1 year, with everything, with scripting, with actors, with shooting, released now in 10 days. Is impossible. You've not heard something like that. So it's not that we've been, oh God, you know, hunting for producers for so long and nothing happened to this. It's lulling. I mean, for 4 years, nothing is happening to this. Aisa nahi tha. Immediately, the actors said yes, thadak. While writing script, while listening to Dalbir Kaur, you always thought, yes, this is a sensitive film and I have to tread properly. Not that I'm going to hide facts and all, but yes, it is countries involved in this. Somebody's life story I'm telling on a big cellulite, and I do justice to them and the family and what they wanted from this film. You know, 4 years ago it was supposed to be made for some other reasons. Why are we making it right now? So that to tell the real story and what happened shouldn't have happened. And yes, there is a responsibility that I hold in presenting this film. It's a very, very sensitive film. But I'm not here to ruffle any feathers, you know. I'm telling the truth and opening the facts in front of everyone. What happened shouldn't have happened. Now what? Hope. That is what it is.
And it brings in for what people have seen already in the media a lot.
Yeah.
But they don't know the emotional impact that happened on the families or SARABJIT himself. That is what is the novelty quality about this story, which everybody actually knows how it's going to end. Well, I did sit with her, but most of the material Omung already had. There were a few pictures from before he went to prison, and there was one video of when they beat the confession out of him and he says, मैं मंजीत सिंह रत्तू हाँ, मैंने 5 बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट किते, उत्थे किते. तो वो पार्ट है, वो उसका 30 सेकंड का क्लिप था, और जेल से एक फ़ोटो थी और चिट्ठियाँ थी खूब सारी जो उन्होंने घर लिखी थी. उन सब से, क्योंकि दलबीर कौर और फैमिली की स्ट्रगल पूरे सब ने देखी है मीडिया में क्या हुआ था, बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन है, रेफरेंस पॉइंट्स हैं, बहुत कुछ है. पर सरबजीत की एक्चुअली 23 साल में वहाँ हुआ क्या उसका तो कुछ पता ही नहीं ना. तो उसके लिए ये चिट्ठिया से ये सब से करके एक कैरेक्टर बना, और जो मैंने उसके लिए प्रिपरेशन में किया उससे मुझे बहुत कुछ मिला। कोई भी इंसान हो यार, 18 साल तक उसको अंधेरे में डाल दो, उसके साथ वही होना है जो दूसरे इंसान के साथ होना है, कुछ अलग नहीं होना है, वही सब। हालांकि सरबजीत वॉज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग, बहुत सारे उसके साथ के जो कैदी थे सब पागल हो गए थे। ही हेल्ड ऑन टू हिज सैनिटी एंड होप, एंड सो दैट वाज अ वेरी मैजिकल थिंग। एंड फॉर मी माई रिवॉर्ड हैज ऑलरेडी हैपेंड दैट यू नो after the prayer meeting I had taken Dalbir ji, his wife Sukhpreet and Poonam, his younger daughter who was not even born when he was caught, she was in the womb. I showed them only the portions before he goes to jail, and they were laughing, clapping, teary-eyed at the same time. And that's such an overwhelming experience, and that is my reward, man. I think our reward that we've been able to capture the essence of him, and they're thinking, and his wife never talks, Sukhpreet Singh never talks. She was going on and on and on and about how ऐसे ही करता था, ऐसे करता, आपको कैसे पता चला, you know, so it became like, it was like, yeah, I was so relieved. And I had to show it to them because I had just come from a prayer meeting where she said that if I die, please ask, I want Randeep to give kanda to my thing. So after that, I got hilled. When I saw that photo of his on the stage, it was a very strange experience. All of a sudden I'm faced with it. It's not me, it's him. It's not me, it's not him. What is going on? But when I showed them the scene and they were happy, I think that's where it was just, I don't care what anybody else thinks about it anymore.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, why not?
See, there are a lot of comments I hear about Pakistani people on social media saying कि वो आतंकवादी था, ये था, वो था। देखो, वो तो एक केस है, तुम्हारे खुद के कोर्ट ने मान लिया था कि वो आतंकवादी नहीं है। 18 साल तक उसको आपने मनजीत सिंह रत्तू के नाम से कॉन्विक्ट करके उसको वहाँ पे डाला था। जो एक विटनेस था उसने भी ये इंटरव्यू दिया था कि उन्होंने बोला ये मनजीत सिंह रत्तू है, तो मैंने भी बोल दिया मनजीत सिंह रत्तू है। पूरे इंडिया को पता है कि वो उसका नाम सरबजीत सिंह अटवाल है, वो मनजीत सिंह रत्तू है ही नहीं, तो वो आतंकवादी था नहीं। ये तो पहली बात पाकिस्तानियों को भी समझ जानी चाहिए। इट वॉज अ केस ऑफ मिस्टेकन आइडेंटिटी, ठीक है। दूसरी बात, अगर ये पिक्चर पाकिस्तान वाले हिंदुस्तानी प्रिजन के बारे में बताते जहाँ पे एक पाकिस्तानी आतंकवादी करार दे के उसको सज़ा एक मौत काट रहा है, तो उसके साथ भी वही हिंदुस्तानी करते जो इसके साथ पाकिस्तानियों ने किया है। तो ये फिल्म एक इंसानियत के तौर पे देखनी चाहिए। क्या होता है हमारे देशों में, कोई पकड़ा गया सरहद पार का, कोई पकड़ा गया, पाकिस्तानी है आतंकवादी है, हिंदुस्तानी है स्पाई है आतंकवादी है। पर ये कोई नहीं देखते कि यार जिसकी जो गलती है, जैसे अभी एक केस हमीद अंसारी का केस था जिसको हमने एक इंटरव्यू दिया था, उसकी मदर भी आई थी। वो एक लड़का है 31 साल का है, 3-3.5 साल पहले वो इश्क के चक्कर में अफगानिस्तान से पाकिस्तान क्रॉस कर गया था, वहाँ उसको पकड़ लिया, मिलिट्री कोर्ट ने उसको ट्राई किया। अब 3 साल के बाद उसकी माँ पे भी वही बीत रही है जो दलबीर कौर पे बीत रही थी। अब वो उनको क्लियर हो गया कि भैया ये ना स्पाई है ना टेररिस्ट है, ये बिना वीज़ा पाकिस्तान में घुसा, ये उसका जुर्म है, 3 साल की सज़ा है। और 3 साल उसको 3.5 साल हो गए, तो उसकी सज़ा भी ख़त्म हो गई है। तो उसको जल्दी से रिलीज़ कर दो, मत तड़पाओ फैमिलियों को भी, उसको भी, क्योंकि उसने जो उसका जुर्म था वो सज़ा काट ली। अब वो सिर्फ वो हिंदुस्तानी है इसलिए उसको वहाँ रखना है और उस पर और कहर डालना है, दैट इज़ रॉन्ग। एंड आई एम श्योर एंड आई वांट टू पॉइंट दिस आउट कि हिंदुस्तान में भी वैसा ही होता होगा। पर ये कहानी चूंकि है एक हिंदुस्तानी की पाकिस्तान जेल पे, तो जो उस पर कहर रहेगा वो वहीं का दिखाएंगे ना। इट्स नॉट पाकिस्तान। यू हैव टू लुक एट दिस फिल्म इन अ ह्यूमन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, ह्यूमैनिटी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, ह्यूमन राइट्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू। Is it right to keep somebody in a Kal Kotri for 18 years with shackles? It is in Geneva Convention. It says it's not allowed even for the prisoners of war. So that is something which was, and it happened. It's a fact. It's a recorded fact. So we are not bashing Pakistan. We are telling you the fact. अगर यही कहानी वो बताते किसी और के बारे में यहाँ पे, तो हिंदुस्तानी भी उस पर कह ढाते यार ये तो हमारे मुल्कों के बीच की जो दरार है। एक ही मुल्क था, एक मुल्क भी नहीं था, कई सारे रजवाड़े थे। अंग्रेजों ने आके उसको एक मुल्क बनाया। मुल्क बना के फिर 2 एम्बिशियस लोग थे जो दोनों प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनना चाहते थे, उनके चक्कर में एक लकीर खींच दी गई। अब आधा खेत किसी का यहाँ पे, आधा खेत किसी का वहाँ पे। उस पार्टीशन में वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 से ज़्यादा लोग मरे थे। अब ये सब कहट हो रहा है, अभी भी ये चल रहा है। व्हाई इज इट गोइंग ऑन? ओनली बिकॉज दुनिया जंग पे चलती है, इश्क पे नहीं। अगर ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट नहीं होगा तो अपने वेपन्स कहाँ बेचोगे? सो आई थिंक बड़े हाथी के पीछे ये 2 देश पिस रहे हैं और उन देशों के नीचे ये मिट्टी, ये रेत में इनोसेंट लोग पिस रहे हैं। I don't know Pakistan. Pakistan is a country. So who is in charge there? They'll know. आम पाकिस्तानी तो नहीं कुछ करेगा. I don't know. How do I know? I'm not a politician or a leader.
I wish they do.
I hope they do.
We'll present the film. let their censor board think about it and as it is सब लोग देखने वाले हैं. अगर रिलीज करने के लिए कैसे भी करने को सब लोग देखेंगे.
हाँ, वो लोग टॉरेंट पे देखेंगे, कोई सीडी पे देखेगा, देखें तो सभी गए. अब उसका मुद्दा बना के कि रिलीज नहीं कर रहे, वो अलग चीज़ है. सियासती मामले में ही सब ये होता है. सब देखेंगे, मोस्टली लोग ऐश्वर्या के लिए देखेंगे, कुछ लोग मेरे लिए देखेंगे, और कुछ लोग एक अच्छी पिक्चर आई है उसकी वजह से देखेंगे, गानों की वजह से देखेंगे. I am a smart player now. I am not celibate from any angle, but no, I mean, it's nobody's business. And fortunately, I am one of the few actors who's got enough to talk about his work and enough work to be talked about, that I don't have to do that to be in news. I don't need a link up before a film releases. I don't need to stay in news when films are not happening to, eat up the newspaper thing. I've got my work here, that's it. So why should I disappoint hundreds of women to please one? It's not my thing. Although my mother is very keen on me getting married and दादी बनना चाहती है वो. मैं कहा मम्मी शादी में क्यों बांध रही हो खूटा, आजकल तो बहुत अलग अलग टेक्निक्स हैं. Well, that's her fantasy. I'm sure. Thank you, Richa, for making such a nice statement.